Welcome to a brand new video where we dive into the realm of finance, specifically focusing on money mistakes I made in my 20s. Today, we're peeling back the layers of financial literacy and exploring the repercussions of certain financial missteps made during the tumultuous decade of our 20s. From ignoring the stock market to skipping out on savings, these errors can set us back significantly. So, let's get started on this journey of enlightenment and learn from our past mistakes. Join us as we journey through the most common money mistakes made in the early years of adulthood. If you are enjoying this content, and you do not want to miss future videos filled with even more tips, tricks, and inspiration, hit that subscribe button now to stay tuned with us and remember to comment and share. One of the most prominent mistakes I made in my 20s was ignoring the stock market. Now, I know what you're thinking. The stock market, that's for seasoned investors, right? People who have a lot of money to play with, but that's where you'd be mistaken. The stock market isn't a playground reserved for the rich and affluent. It's a space for anyone and everyone to build their wealth, regardless of their starting point. When I was in my 20s, I was under the impression that investing was complicated, risky, and not worth the effort. But let me tell you, that mindset cost me a lot. It cost me the opportunity to grow my wealth, to learn about financial markets, and most importantly, to create a safety net for my future. The stock market is a powerhouse of potential. It's like a seed that, when planted and nurtured, can grow into a robust tree. But if you never plant that seed, you'll never see that tree. In the same way, if you never invest in the stock market, you'll miss out on the potential growth it can offer. When we're in our 20s, time is on our side. We have the luxury to take calculated risks, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. The stock market provides an opportunity to leverage that time. Even small, consistent investments can grow exponentially over the years, thanks to the magic of compound interest. The cost of missing out on these opportunities is significant. It's not just about the potential financial gain we're leaving on the table. It's about the knowledge we're not acquiring, the financial literacy we're not developing, and the confidence we're not building in managing our money. So if there's one thing I wish I could tell my 20-year-old self, it would be this. Don't ignore the stock market. Embrace it. Learn about it. Engage with it. It might seem intimidating at first, but the rewards are worth the effort. Ignoring the stock market was a missed opportunity for growth that I only realized later. Another financial faux pas I committed in my 20s was skipping saving. Perhaps you're thinking, hey, I'm young. I can start saving tomorrow, next month, or maybe next year. That was my mindset too. I was caught in the present, living for the day with little thought for the future. Here's where I went wrong. Saving, as it turns out, is not just about putting aside a chunk of your paycheck. It's about cultivating a habit, a discipline that trains you to be financially responsible. It's about securing your future self, even when that future seems eons away. And let's talk about compound interest, that magical finance fairy that can make your money grow exponentially. The concept is simple. You earn interest on the money you save, and then you earn interest on that interest. This cycle continues, and over time, your savings can snowball into a substantial sum. The earlier you start saving, the more time compound interest has to work its magic. When I skipped saving in my early years, I missed out on this powerful effect. I was essentially saying no to free money. I was ignoring the chance to build a safety net that could protect me from financial emergencies or unexpected expenses. And the effects? They were more far-reaching than I could have ever imagined. Without savings, I found myself struggling to meet unexpected expenses. I was often caught off guard, unprepared. I was living paycheck to paycheck with no buffer to fall back on. It was a stressful and precarious financial existence, to say the least. In retrospect, even saving a small amount would have made a difference. It's not about the amount you save, but the habit you cultivate. So if you're in your 20s and think you can't afford to save, think again. Start small, but start now. The future you will thank you. Skipping saving was a mistake that I paid dearly for in my later years. Overspending and lack of budgeting were some of the other significant money mistakes I made in my 20s. Now, let's dive into the details. Overspending is like a boat with a small leak. It might not seem like a big deal at first, but eventually it can sink the whole ship. In my 20s, I was that sinking ship, spending more than I earned, living from paycheck to paycheck without a safety net. This reckless spending led me to two major problems. First, I had no money left for emergencies or unexpected expenses. Second, I was unable to save or invest, and thus, I was missing out on the opportunity to grow my wealth. And the root cause of it all? Lack of budgeting. Without a budget, I was like a ship sailing without a compass. I had no clear idea of where my money was going, and I was making impulsive buying decisions based on whims and fancies rather than on a well-thought-out plan. So, why is budgeting so important? First, it gives you control over your money. A budget is a financial plan that allows you to prioritize your spending and ensure that your money is going towards your most important financial goals. Second, budgeting can help you avoid debt or work your way out of it. By understanding where your money is going, you can make changes to your spending habits and free up more money to pay down your debts. Third, budgeting can help you save. By setting aside a certain portion of your income for savings every month, you can build a financial cushion that can protect you in case of emergencies and give you the freedom to make choices that can help you achieve your long-term financial goals. In retrospect, had I practiced financial discipline and planning, I would have avoided many of the financial pitfalls I encountered. Overspending and lack of budgeting were lessons I learned the hard way, but the good news is it's never too late to start. So, start today, start now. Your future self will thank you. Accumulating unnecessary debt was another financial misstep I took in my 20s. When you're young, it's easy to live in the moment and ignore the long-term implications of your financial decisions. This was exactly my downfall when I began racking up debt, especially credit card debt. The allure of instant gratification and the convenience of buy now, pay later can be a slippery slope, and before I knew it, I was knee-deep in debt. The thing about debt is, it's not just the amount you owe, it's the interest that piles up over time. Every dollar you borrow costs you more than $1 to pay back, thanks to interest. And credit card debt, my friends, is notorious for its high interest rates. So, while I was out there thinking I was smart by delaying payments, I was actually digging myself into a deeper hole. The consequences of accumulating debt go beyond just the financial aspect. It takes a toll on your mental health. The constant worry about how to pay it off, the stress of dealing with creditors, the guilt of having spent money you didn't have, all these can be overwhelming. But the most significant impact of accumulating debt is the long-term effect it has on your financial health. Being in debt means you have less money to save and invest. It hinders you from reaching your financial goals, like buying a home, starting a business, or even retiring early. And the worst part is, it can take years, even decades, to get out of the debt trap. Looking back, I wish I had understood the importance of living within my means and avoiding unnecessary debt. I wish I had known that credit cards are not free money but loans that need to be paid back with interest. I wish I had prioritized saving over spending and investing over indulging. Accumulating debt was a burden that took years to shake off. But shake it off I did, and so can you. The key is to start now, because the best time to start fixing your financial mistakes was yesterday, and the second best time is now. Looking back, these money mistakes shaped my understanding and approach to personal finance. As we journey down memory lane, we recall the pitfalls of ignoring the stock market. It's a vast world of opportunities, a chance to grow your wealth, and not participating in it was a missed opportunity. Then we touched on the issue of skipping saving. I spent money like water in my 20s, not realizing that every penny saved is a penny earned. It's essential to understand that saving isn't about depriving yourself, but about securing your future. We navigated through the treacherous waters of overspending and lack of budgeting. The allure of impromptu shopping sprees and fancy dinners out was strong, but they left a gaping hole in my wallet. Budgeting is not a restriction but a roadmap to financial freedom. And finally, we examine the trap of accumulating debt. It's a slippery slope, and once you start sliding, it's hard to climb back up. Remember, living within your means is the key to a debt-free life. These lessons have been tough but necessary. They have shaped me into the financially savvy individual I am today. My hope is that you learn from my mistakes and chart a more secure financial future for yourself. Avoid making the same mistakes I made in my 20s. Remember, it's never too early or too late to start making wise financial decisions. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. We appreciate your support and look forward to providing more valuable content. Stay financially savvy.